So what do I want to say about Neomed? This is my last day. My name is Emily Vickman, and I've been at Neomed for 3 weeks. I wish I could stay a little longer. I came to Neomed. I found Neomed this summer when I was particularly feeling terrible and sick and so sad that the rest of my family was going on an adventure vacation, and I was not because I was too sick to go. I was recovering from breast implant illness. I had discovered in March of this year, 2019, that after I spiraled into multi-symptom chronic illness, fatigue, I thought I had fibromyalgia, multiple sclerosis, I thought I had so many different things. And I was so sick until the day I discovered that there was something called breast implant illness. And as soon as I heard about that and I saw the symptoms and knew that that was what was going on for me, I had them removed with a special procedure for removing implants called NCAP, and I had a good surgery and began to recover, which many women do. We get a good recovery right afterwards once I researched everything about it. And so I started to recover and recovered, I would say, maybe 50% just by having the surgery and getting the toxic implants out of my body. And then I hit a bump. And as I learned many women do, you get a nice surge, perhaps the first 1 or 2 or 3 months, and then you start to perhaps decline again because there's, as I learned, a much bigger detox to do. And that's when I went online, and by accident or not, I was Googling someplace, there must be some place I can go to accelerate my healing. It felt so daunting that it looked like I would have years ahead of me trying to piece together all the treatments and multipass, ozone, everything that you could possibly do to get well. I would have to piecemeal at home, appointment by appointment, practitioner by practitioner, over years for anybody to even figure out what was going on and to address what was going on for me. And I thought there must be a place. Other people go for treatments of Lyme's, other people go for other chronic illnesses. I knew somebody going to Germany after having cancer to do treatment there. So I Googled breast implant illness treatment centers and stumbled upon Neomed, much to my surprise. I had not seen it before. And with great excitement, I devoured the website and watched every testimonial. And by the time my family returned from the vacation I did not go on, I had a plan, and that plan was to come here. And it was a leap of faith. I come from California. Coming all the way to Cyprus was a big deal. And my husband came with me, which is a tremendous gift. I think coming alone is challenging, it's doable. Other people here do it, so I know it can be done, and they're beautifully cared for in the clinic. I was gifted with having a companion here who drove me as well on the left side of the street, which was important. And we came for the first 3 weeks in November, and I've been here, and I didn't know what to expect other than what I'd seen in the pictures and the testimonials. I'd never done really any of the treatments that they have here. The ozone treatments, the IV ozones, IV nutrition, vitamin C, all the nutrients you can get intravenously, and the 10-pass I hadn't even heard of until the multi-pass, which is where they pull a little blood out, I think swirl it with a little bit of ozone or something like that, clean the blood and put it back in. It's quite an extraordinary thing. There are quite a few ways to get ozone into the body, And my understanding now and my firm belief is that it's tremendously healing. So I came, walked through the door the first day. It's a beautiful clinic. It's small, so it's intimate. The practitioners have really blown my mind in terms of their knowledge, their expertise, and their caring. I've met many naturopaths before, but I have to say that Dina is probably the best naturopath I've ever met, who has been so thorough in exploring what is going on with me. It's not as simple as just taking out toxic implants and then healing from that. That there is a whole lifetime leading up to actually the implants going in that set me up for this cascade of chronic illness, and all of that was about needed to be addressed. And so she was really looking for the root causes, as opposed to just throwing one supplement at me and another supplement at me, which is what I've been doing at home, to really look at my blood tests, to look at even, genetic stuff. She glanced at my stuff that I brought for her, and everything that I could share about my history, and to really get a sense of what was going on with me. And I feel after 3 weeks that I have never been seen and understood as well by a practitioner than I have been by Dina. I'm on a very strict plan going home with diet and supplements, but I'm excited because just in the 3 weeks that I have been here, I have the SIBO, my small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, which has probably been an issue for many years, but extremely exacerbated with the breast implants, feels managed really for the first time ever. And my body does not hurt for the first time in years. The aching and pains, I felt like an old lady walking around before I came here. And I feel free and easy in my body. And I jump in the ocean every morning here and enjoy that my body is not in pain anymore. So that happens in just 3 weeks. The treatments, it's definitely, I won't say it's a grueling day because you are surrounded by incredibly loving people. Mariana is the physiotherapist and the kinesiologist, and she has also blown my mind with her expertise and her masterful ability for muscle testing, which I always used to think was just sort of like, what are they doing? It's not doing anything. And yet when she does it, she is absolutely onto something. And she, all the magnetic work and the whatever they're plugging me into in electric work, I don't even know what some of it is all working beautifully and synergistically. The multipass, which I was very scared of because I am very frightened of needles, and my body reacts with panic attacks, and sometimes I even had them here, and everybody held me so beautifully. Everybody in the, I call it the needle room, is so loving and so caring. Dr. Olga, Panikos, Lisa, Dr. Sophia, so loving and kind and caring, and experts at putting a little thing in your arm so that they can do the 10 pass. That I got used to it. I come every day and I'm up for it. And sometimes I'm uncomfortable if I don't feel well, because there is a little up and down when you are detoxing. You have days where you are tired and you might not feel well. But this is always a warm environment to come to, beautiful, and it's been a pleasure to be here. What else do I want to say about Neomed? I wish that I had found this prior to having surgery, actually. What I learned, what I saw on the website, is that there's 2 options for people with breast implant illness. For those who have not had an explant yet, you can actually come here and do a 5-week program, which, had I known about this place and having visited it now and having full faith and trust in what they're doing here, I would have done that. I would have come, and the first week I have not met the surgeons, but apparently you're in a surgical center and you have 3 surgeons, 2 plastic surgeons and a general surgeon, and you get to stay overnight and they feed you meals, unlike in California where you go home right after surgery. And I had 1 surgeon in the room. It also felt like a good place to have been for the surgery if I could do it again. And then you recover that week, and then you have 4 weeks followed up with detox immediately following the removal of the implants. And that would have been ideal. I wish I'd known. I would have come then. Instead, I had to come with the post-explant treatment, which I think on the website says it's a 2-week program. If I was coming all the way across the world, I was coming for at least 3. And if I could easily stay another week and get even more depth of healing out of it. But I am ready to go home and take care of myself, given what I've learned here and everything I've received here. I feel absolutely confident that I am going to probably be in the best health I have ever been in a year from now.